Yo, episode 254. We made it podcast.
254.
We are 1 week away from our we are 1 week away from our 5-year anniversary.
Final episode.
Yeah, final anniversary. We're 1 week away. I feel like I'm gonna forget, but congrats to us. We're almost there. The most consistent, realest podcast ever. We made a podcast. You already know. Gonna make it quick today, hopefully, but probably not because Caesar talks a lot.
We have a limiter now, so
I'm sorry.
We have a limiter now, so there's no choice.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was weird last time, right?
That happened again.
Yeah. Well, let's hurry up. Talk about the women's national team getting equal pay, if that's fair or not. We're going to talk about Idrissa Gueye's homophobic tendencies. And we'll talk about some transfer rumors that have come up recently that are interesting, and maybe Caesar and I will argue about something. But let's get it cracking. Caesar, we got the big news today that a new equal pay agreement between the United States men's and women's teams has happened. I'm going to read a little bit of this article. U.S. Soccer has announced the teams will pool their World Cup prize money along with their share of television and sponsorship revenues. U.S. Soccer President Cindy Parlow Cone said that recently. We know that in 2019, the women filed a lawsuit and they got a settlement, which included a $24 million payout. But now it seems like most of the women's soccer players have said that this is a historic agreement. The deal runs till 2028. And it also guarantees that the women's team will play at equal quality venues, stay in hotels of the same standard, and be given an equal number of charter flights to travel to games. As a part of the deal, the men's team will now receive childcare benefits, which the women's team have had for more than 25 years. So men are still coming up, it seems. But yeah, what do you think about this deal?
It's landmark. It's huge. I think that I'm someone that, especially in the last couple of years, I've kind of really gotten a passion for like labor and union, and like that's kind of like what I really enjoyed reading up on and seeing. Like I've really been invested in a lot of the union movement that's been going on in America in general lately. That's been huge for me, and I think a good proponent for that is like a lot of player unions that happens in sports. It's a good example of it as well. So I think this is something big because funny, and like basically our entire time on this podcast, we've talked about the pay disparity. We've talked about we even shouted out Luna bars here before. We go way back on this, and to the point when we started, this was how we felt. We felt it should be equal pay when we first started doing this. Then we grew into believing that actually the women should be paid more. Like that's something that we actually think that it's like, that's great, but honestly, they should get paid more because even when they put the two badges up, one of the badges has a bunch of stars for wins and none of them is blank as hell. So this is a big win for the women. A lot of them have gotten a lot of flack over the years. Check out the comment section on some of the stuff. It's absolutely atrocious. Just all these people that think they're so right and entitled to their opinions about women not deserving equal pay. Well, clearly they do because a deal was settled. And I'm happy for the women. You know, of course, men came out with something at the end, not surprised, but it's good to know that they're going to be getting equal pay, and especially know that the women are going to win way more. They're going to be able to really reap the benefits of this, and I'm happy for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for them too. It's going to be great for them moving forward. But hopefully the real equity happens soon where they get paid more. The men's national team is still trash. We'll see how they perform in this World Cup. If they do good in this World Cup, maybe I'll be like, okay with this more. But if they don't, then I'm going to be like, nah, women got to get paid more. This was unfair treatment. And they should file another damn lawsuit.
I mean, they barely got into this one, so.
Yeah, they should file another lawsuit.
Yeah.
If the men are bad in this next World Cup, the women need to file another lawsuit, and I'll represent them.
Yeah, I know. We will go hard for them if we're still around.
Me and Kim Kardashian, we both didn't pass the bar.
Yeah, and you can still get it cracking though.
But I do think that it is historic. Aside from that, I do think it's historic. It's something that they fought for a long time. Although this person is going through some personal troubles right now, Hope Solo was a big proponent of that. I don't know where her politics have gone recently, but aside from that,
I know where it's gone.
that's unfortunate. But aside from that, like back in the day when we were rocking with her, she was a big proponent for equal pay. And I think that not only was she a big proponent, she was actually she was trying to audit the USSF mafia. And I thought that was like a big deal because when you start talking about auditing like some $1 billion situation, you're putting your life at risk. So I think like she was, I don't want to say she's the one that started it necessarily because I don't know that, but like I know she was putting pressure on them, and that was in 2017 because or that was in 2018. But I remember for sure in 2017 was when we were talking about the women should get paid more, and I want to say that was within the first 15 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, once again, groundbreaking. Hopefully, it becomes the case around the world where, like, anywhere where the women's national team is better than the men's national team, the women should get paid at least the same, or if not more. There's only a few countries where you can say that, really. And yeah, they deserve it. Norway did it, I think, in 2018 or 19, I want to say. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Happy
I
for
thought that
them.
was really dope too, that what she did was like she didn't just say like, oh, equal pay, but she's like, she talked about how she was one of the big people that had conversations about how there's how expensive it is. She talked about how there's so much money in this sport and there should be something that should be audited and see where the money's going, because clearly they can definitely pay the women more.
Caesar, you might, I don't know if you remember, we were talking about like, where is all this money? Like when we were kind of breaking down the numbers, we were kind of like, well, damn, dude, it seems like the USSF mafia gets like $1 billion, like
They
billions
get
of dollars.
no, it's billions every year. They get a lot of government funding too.
Like at least from like people paying to play soccer, it's like I think they get like billions. Like
They do. No, they absolutely do. It's huge. It's actually one of the like richest. It's one of the richest national teams in the world. Isn't that crazy?
and literally garbage, except for the women.
Yeah.
They have to fight for equal pay. That goes to show you that misogyny is real,
Yeah.
and sexism. But Caesar, speaking of an ism, you got one of your favorite players.
Oh, real quick, breaking news.
Oh,
Frankfurt has won the Europa League.
okay, that's good.
That's my update.
Also breaking news, Caesar loves this player that I'm talking about. I'm joking.
I'm scared.
Caesar, so we had some intrigue recently when it comes to PSG player Idrissa Gueye. He apparently refused to play the match last Sunday against Montpellier because PSG was wearing rainbow numbers in support of the LGBTQ rights. PSG coach Mauricio Pochettino said only that Gueye missed the game for personal reasons. The French Football Federation has written to Idrissa Gueye to ask him why he was absent. Apparently, last season when they had a match where they were going to do rainbow numbers, he missed that match too.
Oh, I was thinking about last season. I was like, what happened last season?
Yeah. There's been some people in like some different organizations in the country that are asking for like an apology and to like, or asking him to clarify. He's had some support from some different soccer stars that are from Senegal. Apparently, We Are All Idrissa Gueye was trending on Twitter. The president of Senegal has come out in support of him.
I wish they did the same thing, but they wrote just his last name.
And yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. What do you think about this situation?
I think it's wrong. I think it's absolutely wrong to miss the game for this. This isn't something that's political. And this isn't something that has to necessarily mean that, it's not political, it's not even religious. It's just what they're doing is something really cool. It's supporting just like people and a movement and the lives of those who've been lost over the years fighting for the rights, of people just wanting to be humans. I think that it's absolutely wrong to miss that. Um, he got to duck it last year. Look at it and catch him last year. I didn't want to be sus because I gave him a pass, but um, I think it's just how it just kind of came up this year. I'm actually intrigued by this didn't come up last year. It's like this year was the year they're like, wait a minute, that's two in a row, big dog.
Well, apparently last year he said he had like a stomach problem.
Ah, this year he just was sleepy.
Yeah.
No, it's wrong. I mean, it's wrong. I know it can be tough when you talk about worldwide. It's I think a different perspective of taking a stance on things when you live in America. But I know it can be different when you're like a sport that's so global, like soccer. And I mean, this is literally a soccer player that's from Ghana and he plays for Ghana and
Senegal.
Sorry, he plays for Senegal and he Senegalese and everything. But still, you play for a world sport. You're a representative. You're an ambassador. You're an ambassador of a club. And if you're part of a club or a team that takes stances that's in support of the LGBTQI plus IQ plus community, then is it LGBTQ IQ plus community? If that's what your club stands for, then you're also an ambassador of that too. And if that's not something you support, then you need to leave. If you're someone that's not a proponent of these values, then you need to be gone, because that's what part of, I believe, signing a contract is. That's part of being a club is. That's a part of being an ambassador is, because you are a representative of this. And if you don't feel like you represent those values, like I said, then you need to go. Go to a team where they're not about that. Go to that. Go play somewhere they're not about that. Then
Yeah, go play in Russia.
Yeah, go have fun over there, big dog, because this is what PSG stands for. And I that's dope that PSG does this kind of stuff. I think it's awesome. I think we're the ones that talk about that. We talked about when the really cool one in Italy where they have the against domestic violence with the red. Like, what is he not down for that either? So you're not gonna play, you're not gonna put the mark on your face. So yeah, like you need to go somewhere where they don't show love to this. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like it was really whack. I think like one of the organizations or somebody in France said that he needs to come out and issue a public apology or come out and say that the rumors of why he missed a match are not true. Because people are like, it's at this point it's speculation to some extent, but people kind of know. But if it's not the case that you don't like that you are not against the community, like come out and say it, or just own it. Be like, yeah, I didn't play because I don't want to be having no rainbow numbers. Like, come out and say it. I don't know if he's gonna do that or not. And I agree, like what you said, like, football it's an international sport and you're representing everybody. Like you have PSG fans that are all of all types. And it's like, it's a slap in the face that you feel like it's okay to, like, it's a slap in the face to those like LGBTQ PSG fans that like support you. You're just like, nah, I don't support you. Now, here's my thing, because I know how people are, and they're always hypocritical, because somebody could argue, well, that's his right. Like he doesn't have to, sure, whatever. But let there have been something at PSG that the club did to like represent for or like show like support for their Muslim fans around the world. Like, I don't know, they did like
jerseys.
Like it wouldn't be like necessarily Muslim, but to have their names in Arabic, or yeah, like put Eid Mubarak on their jersey or something like that. Now, what if your Christian teammates were like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not putting that on my, I'm not Muslim. I'm not, like, what if the majority of your teammates are Christian and they were like, no, I'm not playing. So you only got like 6 people that are going to play and y'all are going to forfeit the match. I guarantee he wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like, because that's their right. And I would imagine all the
about coming together and stuff like that.
Yeah, all of them players that supported him being homophobic would be all on Twitter. I can't believe they do that. See, look what we go through. Like, look how they treat us. Yeah, you got to put yourself in other people's shoes too. Like the way that you feel like it's okay to dehumanize somebody. Somebody feels like it's okay to dehumanize you. So you should think about that concept. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be dehumanizing people that are just human like me. Uh, Homeboy, Idrissa, if homosexuality is a crime in Senegal, I know for a damn sure you know of gay people in Senegal, homie. I know that. uh, if homosexuality is a crime in Senegal, another thing, you ain't never gonna move back there. So what are you tripping about? You're not gonna move there.
They're not gonna extort you. They're not gonna have like what's it called when
They're not
they're not
gonna
gonna extradite you.
they're
Like
not gonna Jamal Khashoggi you. Uh, Caesar, and also, did you say that Keita Balde was out there supporting him?
he was there's actually you can it was I mean I know it just went out because it's 22 hours and I screenshotted to keep it, but I sent it to Bam and he's showed respect and another French quote, another quote that was in French basically saying like we should respect his views and stuff like that. I'm like, let me explain to you something, okay? This sport, soccer, right? If we talk about if we stop at only showing like, oh, what should we only show respect to racism? Is that where we stop at? Do things only stop at racism? No. The sport, when you kicking the ball around is for anybody of any gender, any orientation, any skin color, any country in the world. It's for everybody. He doesn't let it stop. It doesn't stop for people's religions. It doesn't stop for your values. It doesn't even stop for whatever person's beliefs in the legality of it in their country. That's not where soccer stops. It goes no matter where. So when you play for a sport, when you play for a PSG instead of a team in Senegal, then you're gonna have to be like I said, an ambassador. You need to represent the values of the club. I'm sorry, that's what you do. Like that's what you sign a contract for. That's what you make appearances for. That's why they advertise you on the jersey, because you're representing the club. It's just part. It's like you work for an employer. Like let's say you work for a really bad corporation, and oh well, I don't really agree with them. Yeah, but you work for them. So like, I'm sorry if people are protesting outside your job saying your job is horrible and you work there, then you represent that company still. Or you wouldn't. Why do you leave? Why do people say things like, oh well, I can't act up or whatever because like this job, I'll lose my job? Because you represent the company. That's literally how it works, when even to the lowest fields and work, like even to the lowest common denominator. So it's archaic, it's disgusting. It's like it gives me really uncomfortable vibes when I hear about players not being down or missing games. I'm like, you're backtracking, you're holding all of our development up, and like, you honestly get out of my face. Like I when I like, there's things about the sport, whatever, it's fine, it's player, but like when you do stuff like this, you make me uncomfortable. So now that I'm uncomfortable with you, like I don't want to see you anymore. So he can go move on, say an apology, because maybe everybody's talking for him. He didn't. He hasn't made a set a peep in 2 days about this, but he's over here making copping out and disappearing for these games. But everybody want to talk for him, so everybody want to do a post like get the ball there for him. He needs to say something, because I want to know where you're at before I write you off, but I'm already writing you off because you haven't said it in 2 days. I'm already done with it.
Well, and also,
I was Balde posting faster than you.
Keita Balde, like, why are we supposed to listen to you? You're ashamed of your own damn skin color.
Imagine having the guy who writes for you as a damn skin bleacher.
You're literally playing in the bleachers.
Idris, the guy who backs you up thinks that you're too dark.
Yeah, like literally, if he was you, he would, if he could, he'd get some elephant brush and scrub you down with bleach, probably. He'll be scrubbing your back and your
I'm
face.
Just having this horrific visual, and I just can't.
Like,
it's not like inappropriate, but it's the most locker room visual of just like two dudes in the African game just scrubbing each other with elephant. I just can't do this.
Like literally, Keita Balde is ashamed of his own damn skin color.
Like the guy who's rocking with you about like showing respect, literally has paid thousands of dollars and done horrific chemical treatment because he feels like your shade of skin color is horrifically dark and he hates that he's near that, so he bleaches his own skin. Think about that. Think about that when you have that dude already posting faster than you. So it's sad. It's disgusting, and I can't. I literally can't with that.
I mean, I'm also over here looking at his wife, and I'm just like, are you really that dude, homie? Like,
He probably just mad about his last name.
are you really that
He
guy?
played for Everton.
Dog?
It was probably riding him about his last name for a long time. And he just can't get down with the community.
I mean, dog, are you really that guy? Your wife's name is like his wife is some white Christian lady from France, and she got some box braids in this picture right here. On some aid picture, it looked like she got box braids. Like, are you really that guy? You married Whitey, homie, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. But like, what if somebody's like against that? Like, are you super Muslim, dude, for real like that? It's kind of lame. But I don't want to spend too much time on him because
He's white.
he's kind of whack for that. But Keita Balde, like, you please don't ever. You don't get to talk about anything. Just go. Like,
I followed him on Instagram. I'm done with you. I saw that. I was like,
he's gonna look like you next time we see him.
Yeah, even though he stopped now, it's really funny. Thought I caught him lacking. He stopped now, but his legs haven't gone back. It's really weird.
Yeah, and you've
When he
been
wears shorts, I'm like, I don't know if you're getting allergic reaction to it, but your legs is looking insane right now.
and you've been bleaching, so you did.
He didn't do it right.
Okay, so let's talk about some of these transfer rumors because they are interesting and hilarious. The first one we're going to talk about, actually, let's get into this because we had a bit of a difference of opinion on this. And you were trying to guess what it was when we were on the phone. By the way, people, Caesar texted me, got daggone 3 a.m. now. The time just get earlier and earlier. Caesar wake up at 5:58 to use the bathroom and then just text me, bam. Like, I'm looking at this at 6 a.m, like,
Awake and chilling.
I'm literally like, okay.
I know the dog woke you up. You're up.
I'm like, okay, he had COVID, so I'm gonna answer, but this is a violation.
It was definitely violation hours.
Okay, Caesar. I would imagine at this point it's a pretty well-known fact that Mbappe is going to go to Real Madrid. But the other day, you and I were talking about how much we love Vinicius Jr., the originals, and I was saying, you were saying that how like you love how he's strong, like a strong player. And I was saying
Oh no, Caesar.
No. And I was saying how I love that in his professional career, he's always played like in a team that had pressure. Flamingo and Real Madrid.
Certainly battle tested.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he played on the Real Madrid B for some time, and that's not pressure, but like
literally like a week, but yeah.
Yeah. And I was saying that unlike Holland, who played for Red Bull Salzburg and BVB, no real pressure, and like Mbappe, who played for Monaco and PSG, no real pressure. You was like, shut up. He was like, there's pressure.
I was like, you're going. This is where you get into like this weirdo hatred PSG train. You got to slow down sometimes.
I know. Okay, Caesar. Okay, we can agree with this. We can agree on this that the pressure at Real Madrid and PSG are different.
Yes.
Okay. But I don't really think there's that much pressure at PSG. Why? Because PSG ain't never won Champions League.
That's pressure.
Yeah, no, I don't think so because they don't
pressure to win.
But because I think because they haven't, they don't have to. Because every single year, whenever they don't, it's just going to be like, well, it's hard, or like,
no, it's more like a disappointment.
Yeah, there is a disappointment. Well, okay, but I'm getting to it. Hold on. See, hold on. And also, since I've been watching PSG since 2014, they haven't. There's two seasons they lost the league. One to Monaco, and one to Lille. And Caesar, last year they lost the league, and they brought in Messi and Ramos and Hakimi and the little dude, the Portuguese dude, the left back, and all these people. Like, there's no like it doesn't matter if they lose or if they don't win these things. the pressure I think there's personal pressure, like Mbappe puts pressure on himself to be a really good player and score a lot of goals. But like, I don't really think there's pressure like that in PSG. It's also Ligue 1. Like Ligue 1 doesn't have the same pressure as like an EPL or La Liga. People don't have expectations for the French league like that. So, which is part of why I think that the teams don't perform so well in Europe. But PSG in particular, we talked about this years ago. Since PSG is in Liga and they have all this money, they have to end up overpaying for players to come play there. Um, and the culture isn't like one of like how we see at Real Madrid. Everybody's holding each other accountable. It's not like that. The players run the team, which is why Idrissa Gueye can just tell Pochettino, "Hey, I'm not playing because I don't get down with gay people." Like
Argentina, I'm saying.
like you can't imagine something like that at like a real team, so to speak. Like you can't imagine that. Like it would be a big deal. So now, was that, I guess I'm being like a little bit hyperbolic by saying there's no pressure at PSG. There is some pressure, no matter what, you're a professional player, there is pressure. But like, I don't think it has any level of comparison to playing at Real Madrid.
Okay. The reason I disagree is because the way you said it made it sound like there's no pressure.
Okay, yeah, okay, of course, I'm crazy, though.
I think you are very crazy. You forgot English too. I think it's like, I think even for like a pretty good player at PSG, like for example, like I don't think like a Cavani would still have significantly less pressure than like Mbappe. Like at the end of the day, like that's like literally the guy who won the World Cup with France. He's like the face of French football. He is stayed there. Like they had that run where they almost made it, they didn't win it. They tied in the pressure of winning Champions League because Neymar's there with him because they went there as like the duo. I think there's added pressure than he does, and I think he has significantly more pressure than Haaland did.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Significantly more because you got to remember, especially this year, there's a lot of pressure because they were the team. Like this, to be honest with you, I would have rather you said to me, hasn't proven that he's been able to accomplish things under a certain amount of pressure because this was a pressure year and they floundered more than ever. Like this was oh my God.
Oh God. Oh, I don't think that's his fault though.
No, I don't think it's his fault, but I'm saying like this is a year where it's like, well, this is the year where like out of all the years you were definitely supposed to win. And you didn't at all. So he showed his thing. He did his thing though. He balled out. I'm not saying he did bad, but I do agree with you. Vinicius has shown way more. Vinicius has especially like the kind of ridicule and things we hear about Vinicius. Mbappe's absolutely got more of a pass than that. And Mbappe literally has only played in his own country basically the whole time. Vinicius, let's never forget about how South American players have to cross entire oceans to play in other countries, other languages, and then work to be the face of the biggest club in the world. That's incredible. Vinicius has done. His resolve is shown through work ethic and his abilities. Like you could tell it's his whole entire fabric is built off that. So I can agree with the Vinicius part having way more pressure than him. I agree with that. Absolutely.
Okay, but yeah, the transfer rumor for that is like Mbappe's going to Real Madrid most likely.
Yeah.
If he stays
like it's almost done or something like that, but yeah.
If he stays at PSG, I'm kind of like him less.
That's gonna be kind of whack to me. I'm not gonna
I agree.
If you asking for delays, if you're delaying just to stay, you're kind of really weak for that. Usually delays is because you're moving, but if you're delaying to stay, then I'm whack.
You're giving me Harry Kane vibes if you stay there.
Whoever dropped the pictures of his boxes moving, I'm like, you should get fired off of Twitter for that.
Also, okay, Caesar, what do you think about this rumor that they're saying that it's not true, whatever, but that maybe your boy Messi might go to Inter Miami?
I think it's true.
You think it'll be a good move?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Doug. I've watched him in 6 La Liga games this year. I've only seen him score in 1 game. I don't even like watching. This is the worst PSG year I've ever watched in my life.
By far.
Absolutely true. I've actually enjoyed other Ligue 1 teams way more. I watched like 9 Marseille games. I watched 2 Nice games. I'm enjoying way other teams more. Thanks, Messi. I'm watching more games, but other teams more than your team. Like PSG is horrid to watch. He looks a step behind everybody. And you're done when you can only show flashes of moments in like when you can rarely show something, that means the bag is damn near depleted. And also when you're not a freak workout consummate athlete like Ronaldo was or RP Kobe, then people like Messi who are just good born being able just to play, like you're just young, you're small, and you're just able to play, and you don't have a good workout ethic, you're gonna die out faster. Like your abilities are gonna significantly decrease if you're not a workout machine. And you're showing it out there. 6 goals and was it 13 assists? Lord, all right.
But you think that'd be a good move for him to come to MLS to enter?
Yeah, I think he should. I mean, he should do like, I think it's good. He's a ambassador to the sport. He's worldwide known. People are he's probably gonna get 3 goals in MLS. I think it's good for him. Like a guy that big going to MLS is good. Like I think that's good for like you getting random people, get him 50 million, but like a Messi, no matter what, you got to say yes to something like that. Like that's something you gotta like that's bringing huge vision. It's gonna bring eyeballs and it's good for the sport. And yeah, I think he should.
I think that
and he's gonna be wearing pink. Come down. The jersey's gonna go hard.
He ran the bag up at PSG. And I feel like there's just really nowhere else in Europe for Messi to play. Like you just can't really see him anywhere in Europe.
He doesn't go ambassador mode. Time to do some. Should go to Japan or something like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Go to Australia.
He can't. Yeah, he can't play in Europe for real.
No.
But I do think because of his skill set, like what he does is good for him. Like in this later stage to go to somewhere like MLS, because like let's just compare like Ronaldo coming to MLS. That's hard because he needs some service and like like he's out on the wing like that. Like Messi's like a midfielder, so like. And he's still quick and has some bursts, and he can pass the ball really well. So he'll do good in MLS. And
straight 9 is rough, but like someone like Messi, who is also like has that like Kobe effect where you have to give him the ball. Like everyone's gonna be looking like that. MLS is great for that because he's gonna get a ton of touches.
Exactly.
People are gonna go crazy. He only has to do like a couple cool things to go nuts, and that's why Zlatan was such a success, because he was like able to come back, get the ball where he wants, and like able to show a skill set that no one has there, and that works out great. I think that's great for MLS. Those kind of elite stars like Beckham, like that works out great in MLS. That's great for them.
Yeah, like some kind of attacking midfielder.
But Higuain is like, dog, it's not gonna work. Like he needs like a team.
Yeah, exactly. There was another one that I wanted to mention too. Oh, what do you think about Di Maria going to Juve?
That's like 2 years too late, but I mean, go off, Chief.
Like, what's up with Juve, dude? So why are you getting Di Maria for?
It's so weird. I'm like why would you ever like Bernardeschi's so much younger and better than Di Maria right now? Why are you wasting our time? They're both the same guy. One's just an Italian version. Like he's a lefty. They do the same damn thing. What are we doing right now?
This is how you know, like Italy
has no idea how to win stuff. They're so weird now. They're so weird.
This is how you know that Italy's youth program football is terrible, because
you don't have some Italian kid that could jump in.
Like you're literally trying to get Di Maria. He's 34.
Shaarawy still plays.
Who?
Shaarawy still plays in Roma.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he still plays at Roma. I'm like, what are we doing, dog?
Yeah, no, it's like, dog, like y'all, like they got too much pride. It's like y'all don't want to look across the border at France and try to get some like young dude. Like you really over here trying to get Di Maria? Crazy.
Go to LAFC.
What do you? Okay, I guess we got time. Go ahead. Your boy, they're talking about it's really annoying. I really hope it doesn't happen. But they're talking about Cucurella going to Man City for
That'd
30 million.
Really annoying. Don't do that.
I'm mad about that, yo.
That's gonna piss me off. Like Man City is like starting to become a team I hate now. They're starting to make me really hate them. Like not because like they do things I hate. It's because like they're doing a lot of really smart, expensive things, and it's really pissing me off. Like I don't want to watch, because you guys have horrific jerseys. I don't want to watch your games. And Pep, I've watched this for many years. Don't get Holland. You got Bam's favorite River Plate player, and now they got Cucurella, who is me and Bam's sleeper player of La Liga forever. That guy I watched on accident, and I've never regretted it. And I got a break from watching him because I watched no Brighton games this year. And I was like, I hope he got bad. Then I watched a couple highlights. I'm like, he's still going absolutely insane. So The best thing about Man City is I was like, well, they got Zivchenko, like they're always gonna be rough when he's in. And Real Madrid exploited that when he was in the game. Now you got Cucurella on the team. What the hell? That's not fair, dog.
Like I remember watching Cucurella at Ibar and at Getafe.
I remember watching him at Barca too.
Well, I think he never really played for
He
Barcelona.
played a couple games. I remember at Barca.
They're saying he played at Segunda only and maybe like one cup match.
Mm.
But I know he was supposed to be there. But
He was nuts at Ibar.
so
dog.
good.
Absolutely nuts.
And I'm just like, how? Like I was mad that he went to Brighton. I'm like, how do you get Cucurella from? Like he's so good. Nobody like Valencia didn't notice, but that's annoying because it's because all these EPL teams have so much money. A team like Brighton Hove Albion can get somebody who's a baller and just be like, oh, we'll pay you more.
He's like, people don't know, like when Man City watches, they think like even like people like Cancelo or whatever are good. Cucurella is like, that's talent. Like he gets on the field and or a practice, you're like, yo, that guy is very good.
And he's not much of a defender, but like because I remember him playing on the wing.
But he's a wing back.
Yeah,
he's like a winger.
He's a baller.
He's played at Tafa. He was like a left winger.
Yeah, and I'm like, this dude's insane.
Mm-hmm. I went to watch Getafe because of Kubo, and I was like, "Yo, this Cucurella's going insane."
Such a baller, yo.
Very good player.
Yeah, I guess they'll get him, and it'll be annoying. But yeah, I feel like that was the last one I wanted to mention. Was there something else? No. I guess De Ligt is gonna sign a new contract with Juve, but he's trash. But anyway, we made a podcast episode 254. Make sure you hallelujah and holla back. Next week is 5 years. Talking out of our ass. Holla.